Hello class. Hello class. Hello. हेलो। ये देखिए यहाँ से
Yes,
देखो।
sir.
हेलो। हेलो क्लास।
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
आवाज़ आ रही है?
जी आ रही है।
हेलो। हेलो।
जी सर, आवाज आ रही है आपकी।
बेटा लेकिन आपकी आवाज़ नहीं आ रही। इनकी तो नहीं आ रही, बहुत ही कम। हेलो। हाँ। अस्सलाम वालेकुम क्लास। अस्सलाम वालेकुम क्लास।
वालेकुम अस्सलाम सर।
बेटा आप अकेले हो क्या? इस वक्त कोई भी और नहीं है?
सर और भी हैं स्टूडेंट्स।
सर
आ
3
चुके हैं?
स्टूडेंट्स हैं।
अच्छा, ठीक है। ये बताओ बेटा, लास्ट हमने जो किया है उसमें से आपको कोई चीज़ पूछनी है? आज इंटरेक्टिव सेशन है, अगर कोई चीज़ समझनी है तो वो बताओ, वरना फिर हम लोग ये जनरल एनेस्थेटिक्स शुरू कर दें। लोकल एनेस्थेटिक्स तक अगर कोई चीज़ भी आपको उसमें से मालूम करनी है तो पहले वो देख लो बेटा, वरना फिर ये जनरल एनेस्थेटिक्स शुरू कर रहे हैं। लोकल तक आपके पास सारी चीज़ मौजूद है, स्लाइड्स भी मौजूद हैं, रिकॉर्डेड भी मौजूद है, सेशन भी मौजूद है, इंटरेक्टिव। अब इसके बाद ये शुड आई स्टार्ट विद दैट वन, जनरल एनेस्थेटिक्स शुरू कर दूं फिर?
जी सर।
Okay, in the last lecture we have completed that one, the local anesthetics. Now we are going to start the general anesthetics. When we are going to start general anesthetics, we should consider that the general anesthetics are going to be discussed under the head of CNS depressants. I have already told you that already told you that general anesthetics are the part of the CNS depressants. Why? Because these compounds are going to act at central nervous system. Therefore, they are going to be discussed under the head of CNS depressants. But when we are going to discuss the CNS depressants, we have got a number of activities depending upon the compounds, the agents which is going to be used, the dose, the route of administration, the nature of the compounds will decide which type of the activity. We have got the activities from anxiolytic, sedative, hypnotic, local anesthetic or general anesthetics, and then the anticonvulsive. We have got different types of the activities. It depends how much the CNS is going to be depressed. The centers are going to be depressed, starting from anxiolytic to anticonvulsive. And after that, we have got the toxic effects, and depression of the vital centers is more. If the respiratory system is going to be depressed, then we have got the respiratory problems, or the cardiac center, cardio, cardiac problems, or so on. In general anesthetics, in the beginning, we have divided the anesthetics into local and general anesthetics, and again, these general anesthetics are going to be divided into two: the inhalation anesthetics and the IV anesthetics. The compounds which are going to be inhaled to produce anesthesia, and the compounds, the agents which are going to be administered by IV route. Above all, these are the compounds that relieve pain with unconsciousness. They are CNS depressants. Toxic effects are due to the depression of the vital systems, as I have told you just now. These effects depends upon the dose of the drugs, route of administrations. The anesthetics can be divided into inhalation or volatile anesthetics or intravenous anesthetics. Inhalation anesthetics are also termed as volatile anesthetics. Why? Because all of these compounds, they are volatile in nature if they are liquid. Otherwise, we have got two or three gases. So if they are in liquid state, they are volatile in nature. What does it mean? At low temperature, they are going to be converted into vapors or in the gaseous state. That's why they are termed as volatile anesthetics, and the route of administration is inhalation. That's why they are inhalation anesthetics. If we consider the ideal anesthetics, the characteristics of those compounds, we have started with the inexpensive, non-flammable, non-explosive, potent, pleasant to inhale, minimally soluble in the blood and tissues, stable on shelf and upon administration, chemically and metabolically stable, lack of undesired effects such as cardiotoxicity, renal, neuro, or hepatic toxicity, rapid onset and rapid recovery, wide range of safety. Here we have to discuss this, why we are saying they should be non-flammable, non-explosive. Because before the discovery of these inhalation anesthetics, volatile anesthetics, we were using the compounds like alcohol, chloroform, and we are facing the problem. They are flammable, they are explosive. So there are a number of accidents which are reported during the surgical procedures. The surgeries are exploded. That's why we have worked on the compounds which are non-flammable in nature, non-explosive, and then we have got a number of compounds which are included in this series. We are going to start with the halothane. First thing is that all of these volatile anesthetics except the gases, the liquid compounds, they are simple hydrocarbons. हैलोजिनेटेड हाइड्रोकार्बन, ये हाइड्रोकार्बन है, halogenated hydrocarbons. What does it mean? They may have chloro group, they may have bromo group, or may have fluoro group. They are aliphatic in nature. They are simple hydrocarbons, halogenated hydrocarbons. They have low boiling point. All of these compounds have got these characteristics. All of these volatile anesthetics are halogenated hydrocarbons, aliphatic hydrocarbons. Here we are going to consider few specific points which is required for all of these compounds. One, we have already discussed that they are non-flammable, they are non-explosive, they are inexpensive. But the point which we are going to consider here is one, how much is going to be solubilized in the blood, or we have got blood gas partition coefficient, which should be maintained like that, how much is present in the blood and how much is going to be expired. All of these compounds have rapid induction and rapid recovery. Rapid induction and rapid recovery. This halothane, the boiling point of this compound is 50 degrees centigrade. It is known as one of the standard inhalation anesthetic agent, and it has got the rapid recovery and rapid inductive effect. These compounds, all of these volatile anesthetics, generally they are used for maintenance of the anesthesia. What does it mean? To induce the anesthesia, we are using the other compounds. Just in the few minutes, we are going to discuss those compounds. Most of those compounds, mostly they are the derivatives of barbiturates, or they are IV anesthetics. Have you got that point? We have got two types of the compounds. The compounds which are going to use for the maintenance of anesthesia. All of these volatile anesthetics are used for maintenance of the anesthesia, while for induction of the anesthesia, we are using the IV anesthetics or the derivatives of barbiturates. The derivatives of barbiturates like sodium thiopental. The one thing is that these compounds are used for maintenance of anesthesia. Another one is up to which limit, what is the limit up to which the compound is going to be metabolized. It is an important consideration. Why? Because as you have seen that all of these compounds are the halogenated ones. Therefore, on metabolism, we are going to have the fluorine, the chloride, the fluoride, the bromide, or the acetic acid metabolites. And all of these metabolites are toxic in nature. They are nephrotoxic, they are cardiotoxic, they are hepatotoxic. That's why we are considering that how much the compound is going to be metabolized, or what will be the quantity or the amount of the metabolites which are going to be toxic in nature, which are going to produce the toxicity. It depends upon the metabolism, up to extent of metabolism. जितने मेटाबोलाइट्स कम होंगे, इसका मतलब क्या हुआ कि क्लोराइड्स, ब्रोमाइड्स, फ्लोराइड्स या एसिटिक एसिड्स ये क्या होंगे, इनका अमाउंट कम होगा. जितना इनका अमाउंट कम होगा उतनी ही टॉक्सिसिटी जो है वो कम होगी. तो एक दूसरा पॉइंट जो है जो याद रखने का है वो क्या है कि इसका एक्सटेंट ऑफ मेटाबॉलिज्म. ये एक जनरल रूल है कि सबसे पहले जो है CH बॉन्ड दैट इज गोइंग टू बी ब्रोकन. इट इज द मोस्ट वल्नरेबल बॉन्ड. CH सबसे पहले टूटेगा, उसके बाद CCl, फिर CBr और सबसे आखिर में जो है CF3. CF3 is the most stable compound, most stable. These metabolites cause hepatic necrosis. They may cause hypotension, but this effect can be used as a useful effect. We are talking about the halothane. Halothane does not have a wide margin of safety. What does it mean? जैसे ही उसका अमाउंट बढ़ता है, it causes the respiratory depression, and further, if it is going to be administered, the cardiac toxicity will be there, cardiac depression will be there. What does it mean? Mechanical ventilation or supplementation of the oxygen is required. आपको ऑक्सीजन देनी पड़ेगी. मैकेनिकल वेंटिलेशन इज रिक्वायर्ड फॉर दैट वन. Opioids or nitrous oxides, they are used to obtain surgical anesthesia. ये जो ओपियाइड्स और नाइट्रस ऑक्साइड्स हैं, they are used as analgesic agents. Opioids, nitrous oxides, they are used with these volatile anesthetics. They are used as analgesic agents. They are used as analgesic agents. असल में हम कहते हैं कि nowadays we are not using a single compound. We are using a number of compounds, a regime of compounds. The agents to induce the anesthesia, the agents to maintain the anesthesia, and in combination with those, we have got the compounds which are going to produce Analgesic effect, we are using the compounds which are मसल रिलैक्सेंट्स, यानी एनेस्थेटिक के साथ साथ एक तो आपके पास खुद इंडक्शन के लिए और मेंटेनेंस के लिए अलग अलग एजेंट्स हैं, फिर उसके साथ आप एनाल्जेसिक कंपाउंड भी इस्तेमाल कर रहे होते हैं और उसके साथ साथ मसल रिलैक्सेंट भी इस्तेमाल कर रहे होते हैं. तो वी आर यूजिंग अ number of compounds, a regime of compound is there which we are using for that purpose. So here we are using opioids or nitrous oxide to produce analgesia. Another compound is the methoxyflurane. You can see this is also a simple hydrocarbon. It has got fluoro and chloro groups. Boiling point is 105 degree. Large blood partition coefficient. Induction is slow, highly lipid soluble. Recovery is also slow. Recovery is also slow, but have got excellent analgesic and muscle relaxant effect. But then we have got another drawback. It is going to be metabolized up to 70%. The last one, the halothane, the extent of the metabolism is up to 20%, and here it is 70%. It means we are going to get more metabolites like chlorides, fluorides, and these metabolites will producing the toxic effect. बट यहाँ स्पेलिंग सही कर लेना, ये ऑक्जेलिक एसिड है, OXA ऑक्जेलिक एसिड. Oxalic acid and fluoride ions are responsible for the renal damage, और इस high metabolic extent की वजह से the use of this compound is restricted. We are using the compounds intermittently, यानी थोड़ी थोड़ी देर बाद उसको इस्तेमाल करते हैं, intermittently as analgesic agent during लेबर प्रोसेस के दौरान ये कंपाउंड को इंटरमीडिएटली इस्तेमाल किया जाता है. Another related compound is enflurane, volatile liquid. Induction is relatively easy, but cardiovascular and respiratory depression is observed. But we have got another advantage, that is only up to 5% is metabolized. Although have got the cardiac and respiratory depression, but the amount of these metabolites, fluoride, chloride, or acetic acid, will be less, and that's why the chances for cardiovascular or respiratory depression is less. But even then, mechanical ventilation and oxygen supply is required. In the same way, we have got isoflurane. The most significant is the point that it is only 0.2% going to be metabolized. The extent of metabolism is 0.2%. Induction and recovery is rapid. Neither kidney nor liver damage is observed, and neither nephrotoxic nor hepatotoxic. Sevoflurane, the compound is going to be metabolized up to 5 to 8%, and due to these fluoride ions have got nephrotoxicity. Desflurane, only 0.2% is metabolized, The boiling point is 22.8, very low boiling point. That's why specifically designed vaporizer is required for that one. Induction is rapid, short duration. Then we have got nitrous oxide. It is a gas. It is also termed as or known as laughing gas. It is gas at room temperature and gas is supplied under pressure in metallic cylinders. जैसे आपके पास आप देखते हो दूसरे मेटेलिक सिलेंडर्स के अंदर गैसेस मौजूद होती हैं, ऐसे ही ये मेटेलिक सिलेंडर्स के होती हैं बट अंडर pressure supplied under pressure in metallic cylinders. Nitrous oxide is a weak anesthetic. No skeletal muscle relaxant properties is there, but the compound is a good analgesic compound. For this reason, for this property, the compound is used in combination. The compound is used in combination with the other anesthetic agents to produce analgesic effect. High concentration in inspired air, that is up to 80%. What does it mean? जब सांस ली जा रही है इसकी मौजूदगी में तो क्या हो रहा है, इंस्पायर्ड एयर के अंदर 80% नाइट्रस ऑक्साइड मौजूद है। तो इसका मतलब क्या हुआ, the amount of oxygen will be only up to 20%, and that's why the danger of hypoxia is there, and that's why this compound is not used as a sole anesthetic agent. This is the main toxic effect of this compound. That's why it cannot be used as a sole agent. It is used in combination. The compound is also used in obstetrics to produce analgesic effect. Then we have got cyclopropane. cyclopropane ये साइक्लोप्रोपेन जो है इसको जरा देखना, स्ट्रक्चर सही है, लिखा है डाइक्लोरो क्लोरो तो कहीं, ठीक है। इसका स्ट्रक्चर बेटा चेक करना, ये स्ट्रक्चर ये सही नहीं है। 1,3 डाइक्लोरो, तो क्लोरो ग्रुप लगेगा 1 और 3 पोजीशन पर। दिस कंपाउंड इज नॉट यूज नाउ। आमतौर पर यह कंपाउंड इस्तेमाल नहीं होता। देखो बेटा, इसमें कुछ कंपाउंड्स ऐसे हैं जो कि इस वक्त यूज में नहीं है, बट स्टिल वी आर गोइंग टू स्टडी दोस वन। दो रीज़न है, एक तो ये कि वो कंपाउंड्स आर हिस्टोरिकली प्रेजेंट इन दीज कंपाउंड्स, एंड द अदर रीजन इज दैट दोज कंपाउंड्स आर included by their name in the syllabus, so we have to cover those ones. Cyclopropane's simple structure is gas, rapid onset of action, used for analgesia, sometimes also for maintenance of anesthesia. Side effects include anesthetic nausea, vomiting, headache. The use is limited due to its side effects. Then we have got another compound, that is xenon. Xenon is an inert gas, non-flammable, non-explosive. but is very, very expensive compound. Very, very expensive compound. The synthesis is very expensive, but although expensive, but have got good anesthetic activity. It was tested in Japan, and then it was used clinically. But for that one, to reduce the cost, we have developed a closed circuit system for that one. What does it mean? जो आप इनहेल कर रहे हो जीनोन को, वो जब एक्सहेल करोगे तो पहली बात तो ये कि क्योंकि वो ज़्यादा खुद ये इनर्ट गैस है, आमतौर पर इट इज़ नॉट गोइंग टू बी मेटाबोलाइज तो नहीं होगी एज सच, इंटैक्ट जीनोन जो है वो एक्सहेल होगी। तो क्या करते हैं कि दोबारा से जो एक्सहेल्ड, जो बाहर आने वाली साइंस है एक्सहेल्ड एयर, उस एक्सहेल्ड एयर को कैप्चर कर लेते हैं, एंड फ्रॉम दैट एक्सहेल्ड एयर दिस xenon इज obtained। यानी हमने उसको, पेशेंट को xenon इंट्रोड्यूस किया बाय मीन्स ऑफ इनहेलेशन, और जब उसने सांस बाहर निकाली तो उस सांस को, उस एयर को हमने कैप्चर कर लिया और उस एयर में से फिर xenon को अलग कर दिया। दैट विल रिड्यूस द कॉस्ट ऑफ द कंपाउंड। तो बेटा पहली बात तो ये कि ये वाला लेक्चर ऑलरेडी आपके पास रिकॉर्डेड फॉर्म में पहले से मौजूद है, फिर भी मैंने इसको दोबारा से रिपीट किया है। अगर इसमें से कोई चीज़ आपको मुश्किल लगती है तो यू आर अलाउड, यू आर एनकरेज्ड टू आस्क द क्वेश्चंस। ये ऑलरेडी आपके पास रिकॉर्डेड फॉर्म में पहले से मौजूद है सारा लेक्चर। अब इसके बाद से जो हम शुरू कर रहे हैं वो कौन सा है? बारबिचुरेट्स। ये जो बारबिचुरेट्स है, जब हम ये शुरू करते हैं तो हम स्पेसिफिकली कहते हैं कि वी आर starting the compound which have got the overlapping effect. It is a CNS depressant compound, or the derivatives of barbiturates are CNS depressants but have overlapping effect. It may be anxiolytic, it may be sedative, it may be hypnotic. बेटा अब ये टाइम खत्म हो रहा है, लेकिन इसके बाद फिर सेकंड लेक्चर शुरू होगा 5 मिनट के बाद। जस्ट वेट फॉर दैट वन, उसको ज्वाइन करना ताकि हम इसको कंप्लीट कर सकें। Overlapping effects are anxiolytic, sedative, hypnotic, anesthetic, and anticonvulsive. The barbiturates are the CNS depressants having overlapping CNS depressive activities. Barbiturates are a class of drugs that were used extensively in the 60s and 70s as a treatment for anxiety, insomnia यानी नींद के लिए जिसको हमने hypnotic कहा, and seizure disorders जिसको anticonvulsive कहा. Barbiturates are central nervous system depressants. This is the general mode of action. They enhance the action of GABA. GABA is a neurotransmitter that inhibits the activity of nerve cells in the brain. Neurons excited state में होते हैं, यानी आपने न्यूरॉन्स का पढ़ा होगा, एक्शन पोटेंशियल resting potential. So when the neurons are in excited state, they may cause any of these effects depending upon the extent of excitation. They may cause anxiety, they may cause insomnia, they may cause convulsions. And to cope that those conditions or disorders, we have to reduce, inhibit, reduce the activity of nerve cells, excitation of the nerve cells. We have to reduce the excitation of the nerve cells. So this GABA is a neurotransmitter that inhibits the activity of nerve cells. Barbiturates are effective as anesthetic, anxiolytic, sedative, hypnotic, and anticonvulsant. Inshallah, we are going to meet within few minutes. Again, inshallah, we are going to meet. Thank you very much.